Well, hello model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Revell. And this week, the build I'm going to feature right here is a 66 Shelby GT350 convertible. I don't know if anybody knows about these cars, because they're extremely rare and they have a very interesting story. But back in 1966, so at the very end of the production run, he had ordered convertibles, and it was believed that there were 6 ordered. And turns out, many years later, through research and paperwork, that they found that there was actually 4 ordered. So there was a red one, a yellow one, a blue one, and a green one. 2 of them were automatics and 2 of them were 4-speeds. And the red one was the first one sold. It was sold to a lead singer of a band, and you know, he had told Carroll Shelby that he really likes it. He would like a convertible if he ever offered one. So when Carroll Shelby ordered the 4 of them, he sold him this red one. And the story goes that he had it for a few weeks and it had gotten damaged and he was discouraged and lost interest. But it's got a really long history. But when it came to the 66 Shelby convertibles, there were a couple of unique things about them. They pretty much had all of the standard 66 Shelby stuff in them. These scoops right here were actually non-functionals. They did not send air to the rear brakes like they did on the fastbacks. Only because with the convertible mechanism and everything, there was no room for the duct. They couldn't put the duct in there. The other thing that's interesting, all 4 of the 66 convertibles had air conditioning. Now this particular build, I didn't add it to this one. I do plan to rebuild this one again, but I'll get into that. But those 4 66 Shelby convertibles were tracked down and kind of lost to time. It was believed that besides the 4, the red, the blue, the green, and the yellow, that there was a white one and that there was a pink one, and they had serial numbers that they thought were assigned to them. So as it found out, the pink one and the white one were never built. They may have been planned, but never actually ordered or built. There's an ad on one of the sites that has all the information on these, ponycar.de. Interesting site, and they've got a lot of the information on these cars. But they actually have an ad where somebody had posted a Shelby convertible that was supposed to be pink with that serial number, and it was for sale. Well, yeah, that was a printed ad in a magazine or newspaper, and it was tracked down and found out that that was a fake car, that was not a real Shelby, but it was a fake. When it came to the cars, now also, if you track these cars, in 1980 Shelby did a continuation series. At the time they believed that there were 6 made. The continuation, they did 12 more, and those cars are in the Shelby registry also. They bought a bunch of K-code convertibles and they modified them into Shelbys and gave them Shelby serial numbers. Those are in the Shelby registry. Only 4 were actually made in 1966. So those are Shelbys. They were sold as Shelbys. They have a more modern roll bar and a few other modern things, and some high back bucket seats that I've seen. You can kind of tell those ones, but the serial numbers and those cars are well known also, and those cars are well tracked. But they were built between 1980 and 82. And those are pretty cool too, and they come up for auction, so I kind of like watching them, and many of them have actually turned up for auction. A lot of the convertibles have been in collectors' hands for many years, some of them from the 70s on, so their history is well known. This red car, it was wrecked, it was torn apart, it was going to be restored, it lost its original motor somewhere along the line, and it was in a barn for that processed wood, so it was full of sawdust and it was really rusty. But this red car turned up, and it was restored in the early 90s, and I actually saw it at the Barrett & Jackson auction in 1990, and I didn't know about them at that time, but they had a big plaque and it told you all about the car and the rarity, and at the time I did not know, and it mentioned all 6 of them in the colors. But like I said, there's actually only 4 of them. But the continuation cars, they skipped those 2 VINs, and then they serialized the next 12 the same as that. Well, also in 1990, Shelby had planned on doing another run of the 66 convertible continuation cars. So there was one more built. It has a Shelby serial number. There are pictures of Shelby with it, and there's a lot of drama and there's a lot of information out there. I don't really know the full story, but something to do with California wouldn't let them do it. Something with the MSO, manufacturer certificate of or origin. That's the MSO. And something fell apart where that car, they know what it was built with. Carroll Shelby has signed it, but it is not recognized as a Shelby and is not in the Shelby registration, even though it has a Shelby VIN on it and it has all the documentation. But that series of continuation cars fell apart, and it never happened in 1990. There was the one prototype, and it's been sold as a prototype, and it still exists. And it's a beautiful car. It looks exactly like this one in red, but it's not this car. Now, getting to my build here, making this car was actually pretty easy. You know, they have the Pace Car kit, which is all the convertible components, and then you just buy the 66 Shelby fastback kit, and you swap the hood, the grill, the Shelby parts under the hood, the wheels, and add the scoops, and it's pretty much, you know, a Shelby. So you just add all the Shelby parts, and it's a 4-speed. The red real car is a 4-speed. The yellow real one is also a 4-speed. The green one is a automatic, and the other blue one is also an automatic. And what's funny is none of them have the Le Mans stripes on the convertibles. They have been added over the years. The green one, that's actually one I want to build. It came with the gold GT350 stripes on the side, but no H, and it's the only 66 Shelby from the factory that had gold stripes on the side, but no H. It's just Shelby GT350. But that one has had the Le Mans stripes added to it, and it also had the supercharger added to it as far as when a restoration was done. Actually, one of the previous restorations, it's been restored a number of times. Like even this car has been seriously restored in 1990, and it's been freshened up and pretty much re-restored to more modern standards. So I had built this one, and ironically, this one's actually been done twice. The paint was not all that great, so I tore the body off and I had repainted it, and I had these decals on the side. At the time, it was hard to get these decals because you can get them from Keith Marks, and you could also get them from Fred Cady. These are Cady decals, which is why they're, you know, not as crisp. But since then, Revell had re-released the 66, and they actually included white stripes with it. So now you have the white GT350 stripes right from Revell. So if you get the right donor kit, you have the white stripes. Thing I don't really know, I don't remember on the yellow car, I believe it still had white stripes. As I believe all the convertibles had white stripes. They had different wheels, but they were pretty much ordered all the same, and they all had AC. I didn't add AC to this one, but I do plan to redo this one, and mainly because when I built this one the first time, for some reason I remember to sand off the emblem here, but I left the 289 emblem on the fender. When I restored it about 10 years ago, stripped the paint, redid the paint job, cleaned it up a little bit, didn't really do anything else to it, I somehow still managed to leave those on there. So I plan to redo this one a third time, strip it, repaint it, sand that emblem off, and remove it because that should not be there. And it bugs me, but I just really enjoyed building this car, and I really should add the GT350 emblem that goes right here. That is not there. This I've had printed, just Acme license plate maker. But you know, I've got the decals. I really don't need to do much else to it. I built it right out of the box from the two kits, so it was a simple kit bash. All the parts are there. So, and it's a car that I really like, and it's an easy kit bash. So if you want to build one of these, you can just get both of those kits, which they both have been reissued a couple of times. This one was the Pace Car version. I had bought a few of those, and then of course many of the 66 Shelbys, which is one of my favorite tools of all time. You've seen a number of them on my channel, and it's a simple, easy car to build, model kit to build, and I love the way they look. So I really enjoy them. Now the up top on this one was damaged. I had tire burn on it, but I got another up top. But I glued this boot down, so I can't change it. But I just got a few things to freshen up. But I did want to, let's back this out a little bit. I did really want to expand on this, so I did build another one. So there's another 66 Shelby convertible. I wanted to do this one as the blue car. I didn't know quite as much about it. This is a recent build, but it has actually been restored recently, and it's been finished up real close. But for many years it had Le Mans stripes on it, but they re-restored it. Now it doesn't have the stripes on it, and so they corrected a few of the things and made it a bit more factory. I added these wheels. They're actually Plamos 67 wheels, and I had them chromed. And then I got the decals on there, which are from the later 66 kit. And all of the stripes all the way down are decals except the hood ones. I had a lot of problem with the hood ones, so I ended up stripping the hood, repainting the hood, and painting the stripes on the hood. So this one, the stripes are painted, and then when I talked about doing the AC, this one I actually put the AC in it, but I left this one a 4-speed. The car should be an automatic. Oh, and the wood trim steering wheel, which on this one is black. That's another thing I need to correct on it. But and this one's got the photo etched GT350 emblem. But this one's a real recent build, so I'll give you a shot of that. And I kind of display it with the top up since I have both, but I also have the convertible boot there. So as you can tell, I really like my Shelbys. I would like to make as many of them as possible, and this one's done really nice, and a more recent one for me. But I plan to redo this one, basically just tear it apart. It's a repaint, new decals, and take those emblems off. Really don't need to do much else to it. It would actually be the second time I've torn that apart and rebuilt it for a third paint job. But really enjoy these model cars and these Revell Monogram tools of the Mustang. They're just great kits. So there's a nice little show for you, and show both of them off there. But like I said, I'm going to tear this one apart and rebuild it. That's probably going to happen real soon, which is why I decided to show it to you guys this week. And thank you for subscribing and tuning in. You guys have a wonderful day, and I appreciate all your comments. Thank you.